What's up guys, it's Venerated from Team Envy, and today I'm going to talk about how to improve and train your aim in Fortnite. They have like a lot of different modes. They have some for like flicks for like shotguns. They have some for close range tracking for SMGs, and they also have some for like shooting people that are gliding and tracking them. Usually I just do the glider practice one. My shotgun aim is usually pretty consistent, so I just like try to practice tracking a lot. If you have good tracking in Fortnite, like it can get you a lot of extra kills just like on people that are flying and stuff like that. And there's like all these different kinds of like tracking maps, but I'm just gonna head to the one that I usually play. So the first one I play is vertical. So I'm just gonna enable it there. And like you can, change the range that you're at just by moving up or moving back. I usually just stay all the way back. Yeah, then you can just practice tracking the little zombies that are flying around. And this is pretty good tracking practice. So yeah, tracking is really important to practice because for one, you have your assault rifles, which you can track with. So like when they hit a launch pad or like a bouncer or a shockwave or something like that, you can track them out of the sky and get free kills that way. For example, like late game in Fortnite, when people are all launch padding to the zone, you can just track them out of the sky and get extra kills that way. On top of that, like with close range tracking, after you like use a pump and hit a pump shot on someone, usually you'll switch to like an SMG, to finish off the opponent. Having good close range tracking can help with your SMG aim, and that way you can like kill your opponents faster. This is the same map, but a different scenario. And this is just glider practice. This is probably my favorite one, but there are some problems with it. Like when they're gliding down like this, they're a little bit laggy, so it's a bit hard to track them. Glider practice is my favorite just because, I don't know, it's just so satisfying, like perfectly tracking someone that's like flying through the sky or something like that. It's probably the most satisfying thing in the game other than like hitting like a 200 pump right at somebody's face. Here's KovaaK's, which is the other thing that I use to like train my aim. Yeah, so this is my favorite map on KovaaK's, and it's Ascended Tracking V3. And basically you just have these targets that go back and forth, and you just track them. And the better you track them, the higher your score. And I like KovaaK's a lot just because you can like, track your improvement and like see your score go up over time. And you can compete with a lot of other people too, and you can compete with your friends. So that's why I mainly like KovaaK's, but it's also good for just like warming up and just improving your aim overall. It's almost like a game where you're just like competing against your friends trying to get like the highest scores possible. So you're like practicing and warming up, but at the same time you're also kind of like playing a game against your friends, like trying to compete. I like KovaaK's better than other aim training games because for one, like I said before, like they have the leaderboards, which is like a huge part for me because I always like competing. So having the leaderboards and being able to see like where I am compared to other people is like pretty huge for me. And also there's just so many different scenarios that you can play. Like you can play Ascended Tracking, you can play one wall 6 targets, like there's all kinds of different stuff you can play because, people can create their own maps, and so basically the opportunities are endless for like what they can create. So here's another one, which is one wall 6 targets. I wouldn't say this is like the best one for Fortnite, but it's good for just like warming up and getting your hands like ready to play, I guess. Alright, so the next scenario I'd normally play is Tile Frenzy. Pretty much the most popular scenario. Everyone's probably seen it, even if you don't have this game. And it's just like clicking these squares around the map. And this one's good for like short range flicks, like shotgun aiming and stuff like that, I would say. I don't enjoy this one as much as like tracking, for example, but it's still good to like warm up and like get your flicks down. Alright, the last scenario I'm going to talk about is Reflex Flick. A lot of different difficulties that you can play on, so this one is the fair one. There's also like easy, medium, hard, but this one's just like in the middle. You can turn up the difficulty if you want to, or you can like play the easier maps. I usually just, I don't play like the super hard ones, I just play like usually like ones in the middle just to like get warmed up. So usually I'll play a little bit of KovaaK's, and I'll do that first for like 10 minutes, just quick warm up. Then after that I'll go into Fortnite and I'll do my aim training. I do that for like 15 minutes. And then after that I go on and do building. So like I'll go into creative and just free build for a little bit, probably like 10-15 minutes. And then after that I'll like 1v1 somebody, like PG or box fight someone. And then after that, I'll go into like scrims or whatever I'm doing after that, like scrims or zone wars or whatever. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned something new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.